We turn our attention to Mid-American Conference basketball here on Sports for C. Elliott. Let's welcome in Rob Senderoff, men's basketball coach at Kent State University. Coach, appreciate the time. 15th season with Kent State, over 300 wins earlier this year. Program always is consistent. How do you do that, and how important is that to the program to always kind of be good, if you will?
Yeah, it's having good players, having good coaches that I work with, and having a lot of support here at the university. That's how you have a good program. Certainly more and more challenging each year, especially with the new landscape of transfer portal, et cetera. But proud of the team that we have, proud of the program we have here at Kent. And, we're in the middle of the grind here. I've equated it with our group as, we run the mile with our team as a conditioner, each year right before the season. And this is like the third lap of the mile run. And it's usually the most challenging lap. First lap, you have a ton of energy. Everybody's excited. Second lap, you feel good. And then the third lap is the one that's usually the toughest. Fourth lap, you're able to sprint it, trying to get your time, but the third one's the toughest. And right now, February, we have a long stretch of games on the road here. It's like the third lap of that mile run. So we're in the midst of it right now, and just trying to improve each day.
You are the best rebounding team in the Mid-American Conference, 41 rebounds a game. How important is that to the way you want to play this season?
Yeah, well, we play with a big lineup. We have a big wing, and Morgan Safford, two front court guys generally play on the court. Rob Whaley, Delrico Gillespie. Rico's I think he leads the nation in rebounding right now, one of the leaders in the league in offensive rebounds. But, being good on the glass is usually a hallmark of our program. And for this team in particular, really, really important that we're a good rebounding team. We don't turn teams over as much as some of the other teams that I've coached. So for us to win, the margins of possessions, we have to be good on the glass. So that's an area of emphasis for sure. When we do a good job there, we position ourselves to have success. When we struggle in that area, sometimes we've struggled in games.
You mentioned Delrico Gillespie, only player in the MAC averaging a double-double, 19 points, almost 12 rebounds. He's a senior. How have you seen him kind of develop in his time at Kent State?
Yeah, to me, I mean, he's sort of, there's not many guys like him around the country where, his freshman year, he barely played at all. And most kids, when they don't play at all their freshman year, they leave. He did not leave. He stayed. We had an NCAA tournament appearance that year. His sophomore year, he broke into the rotation and started to play, and then got hurt and missed, the second half of his sophomore year. His junior year, he was playing behind a senior. We had a really good senior who's playing overseas right now, Claron Hornbeek, who he was playing behind. And then about halfway through the year, because Rico was practicing so well and playing so well in his minutes, I started them both together. That's when we started playing big last year. And our team really played well when I started playing him and Claron together. It was actually a game in February at Eastern Michigan when we started that way. And that's when he took off and our team really took off. He finished the season great. And again, a lot of kids in his position, when they end the year the way that he did, I think about the last 15 games of the season, he averaged 13 points, 11 rebounds. A lot of them would have left. So he had two opportunities where he might have left. His first year when he didn't play, and then his third year when he started to play well. And, he wanted to come back and see, if he could grow and develop and become a more well-rounded player, a guy who had all conference potential, but could he realize that potential? and could he do some of the things that he had seen some other guys in front of him do? And to this point, we obviously have 7 regular season games left. He's certainly amongst the best players in our conference. One amongst the best players nationally. Like I said, he leads the nation in rebounding. He's incredibly important to our team. He's had an awesome year all around. I'm really proud of. It's great to be a part of seeing him grow as a player, and there's still untapped potential in him that he still hasn't quite figured out. I'm hoping that over these last 7 games, we get to see and unlock where the consistency, the play down the stretch of games, the will to win. Some of those intangibles and tangibles come out here down the stretch, but he's had a remarkable season, and it's fun to see and talk about, and be a part of, because there's a lot of times where those stories don't happen because of a number of factors that take place within college athletics nowadays.
You also mentioned Rob Whaley. That's actually Del Rico's cousin, transferred in. How do they? I would imagine there's some chemistry with those two bigs.
Yeah, there is, and they complement each other well. On the court, they're different types of players. Rob's a real burly, interior, physical, inside guy, where Rico is more outside, inside, can face up and drive the ball. Rico's a lot longer and more athletic, and Rob's a little bit more physical and stronger. And Rob grew up being the taller of the two, and Rico's now the taller of the two. I'm sure for the two of them, it's really cool to be able to play college basketball together. They didn't grow up, together while they're related. They grew up in separate parts of the country, but their family and their families come to almost every game. Certainly the ones here at Kent. So I'm sure it's really cool for their families to watch them play, and it's a neat story for sure. So there's certainly times where they bring out the best in each other. And then there's times where I need each of them to get on each other to bring out the best in each other as well.
So another guy that Morgan Safford, that's a guy that we did a story on him last year. He was out for the year, kind of loves basketball, comes back in 13-6. How nice is it to see a guy that kind of sat out a year have the success that he has had coming back?
Yeah, and he's dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. That's why he sat out last year. He had to have hip surgery, and he has a knee issue, which makes it difficult for him to practice right now. But Morgan's like the elder statesman on the team. He's seen everything. He's been a part of a lot of college games, and he's been very, very pivotal for our team having success. He knows how to make winning plays. He knows what winning plays look like. And he does a lot of the little things that don't go on the stat sheet, along with averaging 13 points and 6 rebounds a game. He does a lot of the things that sometimes don't show up on the stat sheet that help our team win when we do win games. So his experience level, his commitment to the team winning, there's a lot of things down this stretch that him being the lone senior without eligibility after the season ends, there's a lot of things down the stretch that this team is going to rely on with Morgan in order for us to achieve our ultimate goals.
Before I let you go, you mentioned 7 games left regular season. What's the message as you battle towards that MAC tournament in downtown Cleveland at Rocket Arena?
Yeah, there's still a lot of learning for us. I mean, we're still not where we need to be as a group. This past weekend we lost a close game, and there were some mistakes that we made that are mistakes that we were making earlier in the year that we still have to clean up. there's room for growth in this group. Early in the season, we were outstanding offensively. I mean, we were elite, amongst the elite offensive groups in the country, and our defense was really struggling. And we've prided ourselves defensively here at Kent for a long time. And over the last month, we have defended significantly better and have been much more along the lines of how most of the teams that I've coached here have been on the defensive end, but we have struggled to score the ball of late. So we have to find a way to put all of those things together and, put all of the ups and downs. And we've had a bunch of ups and downs. I mean, we're 17-7, 8-3 in the league. So we've had a lot of success, but we've also had a couple games that I think our players, and I certainly feel like we could have won and or should have won that we didn't. And we have to be able to put that all together here over the last stretch. Again, I equate it to being in the third lap, but when we get to the fourth lap, we want to be playing our best basketball. We want to make sure that all of these lessons that we're going through and all the learning that we're going through, that we actually learn it and then incorporate what we need to do in the games, so that we position ourselves to play our best basketball in Cleveland. We still haven't guaranteed that we're up there, but hopefully we can win a couple more here down the stretch, at least a couple more, to where we know we'll be in Cleveland. And then once you get up there, the records go out the window. You're just playing, everybody's playing for an NCAA tournament bid. And we've seen it all up there where, we were the 8th seed and, within a second of going to the NCAA tournament. I've seen it before where, now it's only 8 seeds that get there, but I've been in the conference long enough where I've seen 9 seeds make it to the NCAA tournament and 1 seeds get knocked off in the first round up there. So once you get up there, it's just doing everything you can do to win the possession, to play the next play, and to play the next day. So we still have 7 games left here in the regular season. We've got to try to continue to get better and believe in each other and believe in doing all these little things that can help us, cut down the nets up in Cleveland.
Rob Senderoff, thanks so much for the time and the insight. Best of luck as you battle to get to Rocket Arena.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Time to take a look at the MAC men's standings on the road to Cleveland. Miami is now the lone undefeated team in the entire country, 11-0 in conference play. Akron not letting Miami run away with it, though. Zips are now 10-1 in MAC play. Kent State is 8-3. Ohio is 7-5. Toledo, the only other team in the MAC above 500 in conference play. For our game of the week, Friday night, UMass travels to Akron. Zips had their 9-game winning streak snapped by Troy in the MAC Sun Belt Conference Challenge. Akron still only 1 loss in MAC play, though. UMass also lost the Sun Belt matchup, but they always play close games. 7 of their last 8 have been decided by 3 points or less, so we expect a close game, UMass and Akron. That's going to do it on this edition of Sports for CLE. We will see you back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow at 4 on Sports for CLE.